Hey everyone, this is Rachel, and today I'm here with a new scrapbooking process video. Thanks so much for joining me here, and I hope you enjoy. If you could flick me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome, and I would love it if you would become a subscriber. You can also click on the notification bell so you always know when I have a new video up. Alright folks, let's get going! Hey everyone, this is Rachel and welcome to the first episode of Stash Bash with Rachel and Kelly. This is Kelly Oblak and my's new series. We finished off product placement where we worked with a specific type of embellishment in December 2019, and for 2020 we thought we would try something new. We're both trying to work with the stashes we already have, and so we thought we'd give each other different challenges to work with to get us to dig into our stashes. So we're gonna do things like color boards, mood boards, recipe challenges, sketch challenges, nothing made before 2016 or pick another year type challenges. So we thought we'd start off with this. This is a color board made up of pinks and blues and aquas, and I just thought it was really pretty, so I asked Kelly if we could work with it and she said sure. So what I did was I just went into my stash and I pulled out several I keep my items by collection line in these Ziploc style bags, and so I just pulled out a bunch of things that worked. Not every single one has every single color, and some of them don't necessarily have the same tonal quality. Like this one here, obviously the colors in the color board skew more cool and wintry, and this is a summer collection, so not exactly, but I just like at first glance, oh yeah, that looks like that, oh yeah, that looks like that. And so what I did was I pulled out a whole bunch, and then I pulled out some photos. And so what I'm thinking is I'm just going to go through and see what strikes my fancy. So I had pulled out this one. This is Bowl of Dreams by Jelly Bean Soup, but it has this orange that isn't in there at all. And I didn't really find any summer photos that struck my fancy as really wanting to scrapbook right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this one to the side. Now I did pull out this My Happy Place from Webster's Pages. It has a slight cat theme to it, and it did have the pinks and the blues, and it just struck me as I really might want to do that. I had pulled out this photo of that is my dog Sadie. She is wondering who I'm talking to. I did pull out these two photos of my cat Xanthi, so that is a possibility. I also had pulled out this Meow collection from Echo Park Paper. Also has the greens and the red and the pink and the aqua, but not so much the blue, and I actually think I like this color scheme better for that blue-green thing. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass on this one for right now. Then I picked out this one. This one is called Vintage Girl, and it has the reds and the pinks and the aquas. It doesn't have the blue, and I actually don't own anything other than the paper. This was one of those impulse buys. I was at what I call my local-ish scrapbooking store. It is about 35 minutes away from my house, and it definitely leans more towards card making than scrapbooking, but she had this line, and I picked it up, which is hilarious because I'm not a girly girl. We really don't have any other girly girls. So all I would have to work with is paper, and I would have to pull stuff from my stash in order to do anything else. But one of the things that actually kind of matches is my nephew's birthday from last year. I just realized this is at Ted's Montana Grill. We're actually going there for his birthday this year too, tonight. random. This is coming out on the 1st, but I'm filming it on like the 29th of December. So anyway, tangent. So I thought about this. And even though the majority of it is pretty girly, this stripe is not girly. And if I pull in stuff from my stash, it might work. I then also had pulled out this fall line, Forever Fall from Simple Stories. I still own a ton of it. I bought like the entire collection pack, and I pulled out these. These are actually my nephew's first day of college photos, which he very nicely sent to me. And so I thought this might work. It has the navy, the red, the pink. It does add in that orange that isn't in the line, but it still has that, it still reminds me of the color board. And then I had picked 2 others as well. This one is a close to my heart line called So Much Happy, and then also the Warm and Cozy from Carta Bella. These 2 still have the same colors. This one obviously is winter themed. This one is spring flowery themed, and it also has a yellow added to it that isn't in the color board. So I think I'm going to pass on these 2 as well. So I've got these 3 that I think will work. And so I'm just going to choose one and then go ahead and get started on my layout. All right, so I'm going to get you guys I'm going to get you guys put on fast forward. Before I do want to say 2 things. First, make sure you head on down into the description box and link on over to Kelly's video, because I'm sure it'll be super fun. And second of all, if you could flick me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome. All right, let's get going. Hey everyone, so I am just pointing out a few of the things I pulled from my stash as part of the Stash Bash. I am going to go ahead and use the Photoplay paper Vintage Girl line for my nephew's 18th birthday. And like I said, I know it sounds weird to use such a girly line for a male layout, but I think I totally worked it out. So I've pulled some wood veneer, some die cuts that were actually a recent rack. So those haven't been sitting in my stash, but this Instax camera frame has been sitting in my stash probably since about 2013. I also pulled in those cork stickers, which I picked up at a Tuesday morning. Oh heavens, I have no idea how long ago. And then some word and phrase stickers from Studio Calico, which are from at least 2015, 2014, if not sooner. So I've chosen these 4 pattern papers from the Vintage Girl line, and I'm going to start by matting my nephew's photo in this green Harlequin tone-on-tone paper. I wanted to do this because my nephew is wearing a deepish maroon color, and so the green is the opposite on the color wheel, so it helps make that photo pop. The coloring in the restaurant wasn't the best, so it isn't a great photo or anything, but I still want to tell the story, and obviously an 18th birthday is an important one. So I then do a thinner mat using the diagonal multicolor stripe, and now I'm creating a background for it. So I've got that white and mini black polka dot piece going on as a vertical strip all the way from the top to the bottom of my black cardstock that I've decided to use. And now I'm going back and forth, basically just adding layers. I pulled another piece of that diagonal and I'm stretching it behind that harlequin piece, and I like it, but it's a lot of green going on. So I decide I'm going to take in that black and white horizontal stripe and add another layer in there. When I'm working with multiple layers of pattern paper, my rule of thumb is 1 tone on tone, 1 multicolor, back and forth. So I've got the black and white, then I've got the multicolor diagonal stripe, then I've got the green tone on tone, and then I do have another tone on tone in the sense that it's a black and white, but obviously it's a far more graphic print, so it works the same as having another multicolor. Then I do have another layer of that diagonal stripe, and then finally the top mat, which is that, once again, green harlequin design. So now I'm using the cork circles as kind of the base for my embellishment clusters, and then I'm going to accent those with the arrow pieces I also pulled from my stash, and those are Studio Calico. Those are one of the ones I buy every so often. Anytime I find it, it's usually a pack of hearts and arrows, and if you hear the little maracas in the back, that is Xanthi. She has decided that since I'm not paying attention to her, she will totally be obnoxious. Isn't that fun? Don't you love kitty cats like that? All right, so as I was lambasting passive aggressively Ms. Xanthi over there, I did go through that entire pack and I pulled out some of the things that pack 10, it's a little girly once again, but I just pulled out a couple of the items that I thought would work quite well, including the dog with the party hat, a couple of pennants, and a couple of tickets. One saying happy day, and the other saying a celebration of you. Sorry about that. Xanthi went from playing with her little toy to total destruction of the furniture, so I had to pause and kind of chastise her. So these Studio Calico, they're actually from A Beautiful Mess, which was a little offshoot of Studio Calico. They used to make like 8.5 by 11 art kit type things, and when they stopped making those, I think I bought it on clearance. And then I'm also adding from my stash these winter themed enamel dots that are from Simple Stories. I want to say last year or 2017. Once again, not 100% sure. So, excuse me. I did want to mention, I don't know if you'll notice a difference in the sound quality. I did go ahead and purchase a microphone. So I know the one thing people have said off and on is that I tend to be quieter in the voiceover portion versus when I speak to you during while I'm filming on my camera. And so I just went and bought an inexpensive microphone, and if you guys could let me know, is the quality better now? Just, give me a comment in the comment section below. I've done all of my embellishing. I love those little pennants that came in my die cut pack. I thought they were perfect, especially with that black stripe and the accent of that minty green. So obviously I'm ignoring the blue part of the color board, and that's totally fine. Just because you're using a color board doesn't mean you have to use every single color. It's what works with your eye. And that's what I always say is use your stash, use your supplies in the way that works for you, because they're your layouts and they're your albums, and you are the one who has to be happy with them. If you're not happy with your own stuff, you're not doing this for the adulation of other people. You're doing this because I am very sorry. Xanthi has decided to go onto full destruction mode because she's awesome like that. All right, so I'm taking a brayer and putting it over my anytime I use flat stickers for alphas, I like to do that because it just helps stick them into the tactileness of the paper. I'm then grabbing these numbers that say 18. They are slightly more lime than the rest of the papers, but I kind of like them against the black quite a bit. So I'm just going to go with it. It's not a perfect match, but it works. I'm going to finish up my layout by using this Tinsel Heidi Swap Color Shine, and that is going to complete my layout. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you head on over to Kelly's channel and check out her stash bash for this month of January. And our first one, I apologize for this voiceover. It went a little wonky. All right, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.